Ty Bartel with the Edison Wildcats skipper, Jeremy Matics on the boys' side of hoops. Coach, how we doing today?
Good. How are you?
Not doing bad myself. And I always like to start off with a question of just about practices because we got practices going on now. They've just they're starting to get rolling. What are practices looking like right now for the Wildcats?
Everything's going real well with practice. We have 18 guys bought into what I'm trying to do this year. Every day I keep telling them we have to get better and keep stepping forward. We're very young, and these guys are eager to learn, and it's been very exciting so far.
You want to talk about this team a little bit too? I mean, 18 guys, that's a huge roster. Having that many guys come out, that's kind of a nice thing, nice problem to have. Shout out some of these names that you think are going to have an impact on this team this year. I mean, obviously the roster might not be finalized yet, but who are some names we can expect over there for the Wildcats?
We have two senior leaders this year, Deacon Rawson and Dawson Jones. Done a great job motivating our young guys. We have a ton of sophomores this year. Kyle Long, Jackson McBain, J.D. Henderson, and these guys are going to really help us. Bryce Rogers has been a great force to have all preseason. We've been doing shooting in the mornings, and these guys are just totally bought in.
It's one of the things I always love about Edison is just the community and the leadership that you guys get out of your students every year, every sports season.
Yes.
Talk about the leadership that you have at Edison and some of the people that you're going to be leaning on to be leaders on this team.
We have a ton of leadership here. These guys are always stepping up. These senior leaders are going to hopefully motivate everyone to come to our games. Not a ton of younger guys that have been really around me that much. And again, just real happy to have these guys there by my side. So hopefully they can learn from these older guys that are doing it right so they can be leaders in the future.
What are some of the takeaways from last year? Some good things, obviously, some things to improve on. What were your takeaways from last year going into this year and what you're returning from a year ago?
Last year we had 6 seniors, so we are losing some there. Those guys weren't really with me the whole time. Now that I'm starting to get the program built how I want it, we have guys that have been with me for a few years now, know how I like things done. And again, it's making things easier moving forward. And these guys are totally bought in, and it's been really nice.
Coach, I want to talk about your schedule. We'll start with the conference you play in, always tough. Talk about the conference this year and where you kind of see your team fitting into it.
Okay, this year we were out of the Buckeye 8, so we are in the OVAC conference still. Schedule-wise, we open up with Connaughton Valley, so we are excited for that. That's on December 1st. Mostly play all OVAC schools on our schedule this year. We do have a nice opportunity to go to Cleveland to play a game on the Cavaliers court on December 18th, so I know everyone's looking forward to that. And otherwise, it's a pretty typical Edison schedule this year.
How excited are you and the boys for that opportunity? I mean, you gotta be pretty excited. You're gonna stand on a pro side.
Yeah, we were over the top excited when I got the phone call last year. I did everything in my power to make it happen so we can make it up there. A lot of enthusiasm. Boys are really excited to head up there, and might be a little overwhelming at first when you step out there, but yeah, just to have that experience, it definitely something that I myself won't forget as a coach, and I know these boys will never forget this. So very excited. Great opportunity for these guys.
Get used to the depth perception is what I hear from every player that plays there, as they always say that they have trouble with the depth.
Yes.
Coach, you mentioned your schedule. I'm just curious on what the schedule that you have put together, what's some of the teams that you're going to be facing? What kind of unique challenges will you face throughout the season? I think the goal for every coach, you want to see a little bit of everything before tournament time.
Yeah, we with our schedule, I think we're going to play some teams that are definitely going to give us a good look, try to get ready for postseason. We're not the biggest team in terms of size, so I know on our schedule we're going to play some teams that have a lot of size, so that'll be good to get some ideas ready for that for postseason and hopefully see a little bit of everything from all these teams that's hopefully going to prepare us for the postseason.
Coach, when you think about, we talked about the community as far as your leadership, but the community support that Edison gets, what does it mean to you to see the Edison people show up at your games and support these kids? And you have such a good community support system.
Yeah, with our community, we have obviously the new field house out there. It's been packed. Everyone's been bought in, helping with fundraising this year. It's definitely nice to have the community behind us. And then with all the support, definitely things are turning around for the right direction in our area.
You talk about losing 6 seniors a year ago. I mean, does the brand of Edison basketball change? Does it alter? Do things change in the playbook? What are the looks like? What are the different looks look like from last year to this year?
Had a lot more size last year. This year, since we're a little bit younger and not quite as big, we were going to try to push the ball a lot more, play up tempo, and just try to be the best conditioned team out there. Hopefully, get some easy looks in transition.
Best conditioned team. That means there's a lot of work put in the summer.
Yes.
What were some of the things you did to build conditioning and build that extra gear that you're going to have in the fourth quarter that other teams might not?
Honestly, I've been trying to get away from just straight conditioning. We've been trying to go live a lot more right now, just trying to get that principle of pushing the ball. It's tough. These guys have been completely exhausted after every practice, and it's been the same kind of routine here for the first couple of practices, and then just trying to make it harder than a game, so that way we are experienced and ready to go in the fourth quarter.
You talk about having younger players. Is that just one of the things you try to pound with the younger players? I know obviously each player is different, right? But what are kind of like the blueprints that you try to follow to get them developed the way you need them to develop as they get older?
Yeah, it's been really nice working with these guys, from the beginning here. They kind of know how I've been wanting to play this year. Ever since our season ended last year, it's been my main goal is to stress with our size that we're going to have to push the ball. And they've been totally bought in, and they're pushing each other. It's been great. These guys are trying to beat each other down to their spots and trying to get the best look we can in transition. So, yeah, these guys are totally bought in, and it's been great working with them so far.
Coach, I want to ask you about your staff and the people that you've put together to help you make this program what you want it to be.
I have George Ash. This is his second year on staff with me. Brings a lot to the table, very dedicated. Anything you need, he's always there. I have David McBain as a volunteer assistant, and Ron Wiley as a volunteer assistant, and Jason Ensinger. So pretty large staff this year. It's been really nice at practice, utilizing these guys' skill sets, doing group work, trying to make the most of everyone's ability-wise. And these guys really helped me a lot, and they've been great so far.
Coach, the one theme question I've been asking all head coaches, both on the boys and girls side, it goes back to the love of the game of basketball too. It's where we all first found our first footing, I think, in the sport too. And no matter what our role is, it's the love that keeps us coming back. Yes. Where'd that love for the sport of basketball start for you? Do you have an earliest memory or a pinpoint moment?
Honestly, my grandpa had me out in the backyard at 3, starting to shoot hoops. And ever since that day, basically, I was just falling in love with all sports. Basketball being my favorite. It's been kind of like my whole life, in and out of gyms and following along, and watch a ton of basketball at home, probably a lot more than my wife would like me to watch. So it's continuous, and hopefully my kids will do the same thing someday.
From 3 years old, though, and shooting around, where'd you find that to the journey of being a head coach of the Wildcats boys basketball program? Where was your journey in basketball?
Basically just kind of going through at a young age, playing, being around the game. A few injuries got me in high school, but couldn't wait to get back on the floor when I got healed up. And it's been great being able to be back around the game as a head coach and try to just teach these guys the love that I have for the game, which is very important. And hopefully if I can do that, we'll find success with those guys having the same motivation that I have.
In the same sense, you love the game, obviously. You obviously also love coaching because you keep coming back to it. What's special about this job and coaching these kids that keeps you coming back every year?
Really, these guys that right now were with me when I first got the job, they were in junior high, and this group I've been really looking forward to coaching. Great kids, great families, great support. Really, it's been really a dream year this year for me with these guys and their families. So basically, these guys just basically keep me coming back, and it's been really awesome. Really looking forward to see what we can do with this group.
We're looking forward to it as well, Coach. We're wishing you the best of luck this season, and we love when that Edison community gets out and gets loud too. We love supporting you here on the network. We're all rooting for you for sure. This has been a first edition of Coach's Corner with the man over there at Edison, the boys basketball head coach, Mr. Jeremy Matics.
Thank you.